Hey everybody, how's it going? So a couple of weeks ago I found out that the horn wasn't working in the truck, and it's you need it if you know anything's going on the road. You need to alert people to get out of the way. Somebody's cutting you off, whatever it is, you need a horn. It's very important. So I did some research. I went ahead and opened the hood and checked all the fuses. Fuses were fine, everything was good. I also checked the actual horn. I removed it. It has two of them, one high tone and low pitch or whatever, and both of them work. Both of them were good. But then I did some research on YouTube, and YouTube mechanics, they say that it could be the clock spring that is right here, right behind the what is this thing called, the airbag deployment center or whatever. And so I went ahead and ordered the part, which is right here. It came straight from China. Amazon did not have it in stock here, so it didn't come in like right away. So it took about 7 days to get here. So since it's here now, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the one from here and replace it with this. So this is the clock spring, is the one that you're able to rotate your wheel, and all those wires are okay inside because it has a special mechanism. Let's see. 1 second. See if I can open this. Yep, there we go. So I just cracked the seal here. Okay. There's the bag. Sorry, I'm all dirty. When you work, you work. Okay. So there it is. Pretty simple. It's just remove the screws from back there and pop it out and connect the connections and put it back in. That's it. No big deal. All right, guys. Okay, so I got it out of the bag. This is how it looks like. Now this is for a 2012 Ford F150. It didn't come with the part number, but I'll find the part number and I'll put it in the description, just in case you have a Ford F150, a 2012. I'll put in more information about the vehicle. But if it looks like this, it should fit. Now this guy here, that white tab, you're supposed to remove it after you install, because this is gonna unwind if you remove it now. So you first install it on the steering wheel, and then you remove this, because that way those teeth right here should be aligned. Everything should be aligned once it's set up. And you did whatever you had to do, bolt it down, and then you remove this. Because if not, if you remove it right now, it's gonna start to spin, and we don't want that. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and remove the airbag thing here to install the clock spring. In order to remove this, we need to insert something like this, like a little rod or something. It's got a hole back here. There's a hole there, and then there's also another hole over here. So you're gonna insert it in there, wiggle it, and then this is gonna release. So it'll release from here, and then it's gonna release from there. And then does it have another one at the bottom? It has another one here in the bottom underneath that you also gotta do. You also gotta poke it up there. And then once it releases, you just bring this out. Now some people say that you're supposed to disconnect the battery, but I'm gonna leave leave the battery connected, because sometimes if I remove the battery, let's say I disconnect it, the speedometer goes bad for some reason, and then you have to remove this display here, physically remove it, bring it out, and do some changes to this. So I don't want to be going through that. So I know that it's going to happen, but it's just a precaution that people take, because if this is going to go off, it's going to receive a sensor, a signal from the front, because you got in an accident. But there's no accidents here, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. Okay, so it's in there, and let's see, just push in. See how it came out right there a little bit. It's kind of tricky, so I'm gonna have to put the phone down. Okay guys, so it finally came out. So it's pretty simple. You just put it in there, in the hole, the bottom, and this side, and then it just comes out. Just like that. Okay, after that, all you gotta do is disconnect this airbag. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put the phone down again. I gotta use both hands. Well, let me see if I can. Okay, that one comes out. This guy here. Got some pins. Okay, because those are these right here. They're reversed. Okay, so they snap down, not. Okay. You pinch and you pull up, I guess. Okay, gotta put it down. Okay guys, so basically you're gonna have to get some needle nose pliers and just grab those two little pins right here, the two things, and just pull it up, because you gotta do it at the same time, and then just pull and it comes right off. It's very easy, like that. So that's where your airbag's at. Put this on the side here. Now we're gonna work on this. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna remove this plate. We're gonna need some hex right there. Okay, so here you can see the wire. See that wire right there? That's what holds the airbag right there in that groove. That's 1, 2, and 3. So let's see, right there. So you push this in, push this one in, and then this one up, and then it releases it. All right. Okay, so the T20, it's got the number right there, T20 hex. It'll fit right there, right here, right there. So we're gonna remove that. I already broke off this one, the ones on the top, and this one. This one's a little bit harder. Okay, let's see. There we go. Now this one. There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna remove it. Okay, so this is how it looks like from the back. So you can see that the wire goes in there to this hole, and you gotta push that wire back. See that? It's on the bottom, right there. Okay, so in reality, you don't really need to remove this plate. So if you are trying to remove it, don't remove it because you actually have to remove the steering wheel. And you're gonna need one of these. This is gonna be a T50. Torx 50. It's gonna fit right here. And you can grab your impact wrench or something else and just go ahead and remove it. Let's see. I'm gonna need an adapter because this is not a 1/2 inch. Or is it? It's not fitting in here. No, it's not. It's a 3/8. Okay. Okay, so I have a adapter here. Goes from a 1/2 inch to 3/8, and then got a little extension. So it's gonna go right into the impact gun. Let's see. Hold on a second. All right, finally. So we're gonna release, put it in there, and let's see. It comes right off. That's how it looks. Now, you gotta make sure that when you put this back on, it's gonna be orientated like the same orientation, because if not, your steering wheel is gonna be off. So you see that it has a little mark right there. I mean, your vehicle might not have it, but see that right there? So that's how I'm gonna have to put it back on like this. Okay, so we're gonna save this screw here, put it over here, this bolt, remove the steering wheel. And you see this attachment right there? So we gotta release it from up here. Just push it down and pull. Comes right off. And it's got this. Let's see what else. That's it. Comes out. So the steering wheel's out. And there's the clock spring. So we're gonna put the steering wheel over here. Before we remove that one, we're gonna compare. Okay, so we're gonna have to remove this here too. Shouldn't be that bad. Okay. So they're saying hello. Okay. It looks the same. They look the same, so. Okay, gotta remove this housing here. Let's see how we can do that. I think I'm gonna need a screwdriver, a flathead. Okay, there's the flathead screwdriver. Okay, gotta look for it. Okay, I found a flathead screwdriver. I'm gonna stick this right in here. Pop it open. Bring this guy up. It comes off really easy. Put this up here. This guy there. This one might be attached somewhere. Okay. So this guy is up here. So that's why you're not supposed to remove the tab, this white tab, until you put it in, and bolt it down, and then you remove the tab, this tab. Because this guy here spins. It spins when you spin the wheel. It's attached to this with the wheel right there. How does it look? Okay, so it's got a screw down there, right there. You see it right there? And it's got one there. So I don't need to remove this. I just got to remove those screws and be able to put them back on. So let's see how many screws it's got. According to this, it's got that one, and this one, and then this one. So it's got 4. All right, it's got 4. This one only has 3. The original one has 3. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna remove it anyways and install this one and see if it works, because I do need the vehicle to honk. Okay, so the size of this screws right here, that one, it's a T10. See if I can focus. There we go. A T10. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. In this case, I'm gonna use this one here because it's longer. It's longer than this little guy right here. So I gotta be able to reach down here. Right there. And then over here too. Okay guys, so if you have a magnetic stick here, you might want to go ahead and use it because you don't want to drop this screw here. So that's one. I mean, you can always remove this cover, but I don't want to remove it right now. Okay, let's go in here and release the other one. All right, so there's the second one. Put it up here. Okay, and then the last one. All right, so we got the last one out, and let's see if we can just pull this out. Or does it have another one? Or maybe I'm gonna have to end up removing this, but let's see. Put down the camera and see if I can remove it. All right, so in order to remove this, to make it a lot easier, you're gonna have to remove this panel, or this enclosure here, and it's got 2 screws down here, and they're both 5.5 millimeters. So you get yourself a socket, 5.5, and remove them. And I believe this should be able to come down. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. All right, guys. So I went ahead and removed them, and then this guy was able to come down here. So you can go ahead and remove this. And I guess it detaches from back there. See that white thing? So when you put it on, when you put the new one on, you gotta make sure it connects down there. Okay, let's see. It also has another wire harness right there, so we're gonna have to get that out. Put this over here. And let's see. This guy, all you gotta do is pinch down or push down and release. So let's see, where is it? Grab this. And it comes right off. Okay. There we go. This is the old one. Let's grab the new one. Okay. Okay, see that right there? It's got this. Yeah, those connectors look kind of corroded. I don't know if you can tell. The other green. Let's see over here. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and install this one on. Now, when I order this is supposed to be the right part, but you know, you order stuff online and then you might get something else. But for the most part, it looks like it's the same. It's just that the new part has 4 screws. It's gonna need 4 screws, and the old part only needs 3. So I'm gonna probably have to break that tab off so it could fit the one in the center of the screen. But if I don't need to, then I won't. All right. Okay, so we're gonna basically go in reverse. I'm gonna go ahead and connect this one first. Connect that one. And then we're gonna plug it in back there. Let's see, snap it in. It snapped in, but it didn't make any noise. So it's connected. Okay, so now we have to clear this. And there we go. Goes right in here. Like that. It's gonna face up like this. And down there. Let's see. Okay, so I got a light and the camera because it's dark out here now. So put the light right there. It's gonna connect right in there. If the camera can capture that. There we go, right there. And then just push in. All right. Okay, guys, so it's set in there. Now, I did notice that the one in the back and the rear doesn't make any noise at all, and there's nothing holding it. The only thing that holds it, this device here, it's gonna be the screws. So whenever you remove the screws, it's just gonna come off from there. That's why when we removed it, we didn't have to do anything, it just came off. So right now I'm holding it in place. I'm gonna install the screws, and that should be it for that. All right, so this is the bottom left, nice and tight. And now this one here. Nice and tight right there. Okay, you want to break it because you can maybe crack this stub right there. Okay, and then that one wasn't really tight. That's how it looks. So you see this one here, the top one, it does not have a screw here. Doesn't need a screw, but it's not in the way of anything, so that's good. This one's kind of loose. Why is it loose? Okay, so there we go. So this piece is in. Now once I remove this tab here, this is gonna be able to move around, and I don't want that. So all right, let's see. Okay, so the next step will be placing this cover back on it. Came out easy, but okay, let's see. All right, so by using both hands, it's easy. you'll be able to lock everything in place. There's little tabs. And then back here, and then this other piece here also locks in, and that's it. So now I just gotta put those 2 bolts underneath, those 2 little screws. Okay, so the 2 little screws are in now. So the next step is to install the steering wheel. And now the steering wheel will not fit if this is not removed. So we have to remove it. Well, let's see if it fits in there before we remove it though. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, I think we can install it before we remove this. So let's find out. It's gonna have to go in here. So you're gonna put these 2 little guys right here. They're gonna go through that hole right here. And then the white tab. Let's see. Through there. There. And then those yellow plastic things right here, they're gonna go in the steering wheel. So where is that? Right there. See right there? You see them right there, the yellow ones? There we go. So the orientation of the steering wheel can only go one way anyways. Okay, so once you do this, push back all the way. Now we gotta install this bolt right here. Right there. Let's see, where is it? It's over here. Okay. First, use your fingers. You don't want to cross thread them or something. Strip them. Okay. And then, where's that impact? Here's the impact. I'm going to put the lowest setting. We don't want it too hard. There we go. And then, go ahead and tighten it up. And then tighten it. There we go. We don't want to be driving without a steering wheel. Okay. Okay, now that it's in, we're able to remove this guy. Let's see. I'm gonna pull on it. Let's see what happens back there. There we go. Came right off. So now if you steer the steering wheel, you should be able to move. Okay, now we're gonna connect all this stuff. This guy's gonna go right here. It clipped, made a little noise. Okay, and this guy's are gonna go on the airbag. Okay, I just noticed this. I don't know if it's a big deal, but it looks like this panel cover here, it's been like corroded or something. I wonder if any of you guys says your steering wheels are like this. Or was it supposed to be flushed? Everything coming down. Like, see this on this side over here? This is the other side of the steering wheel here, of this thing. And it's also corroded, and I wonder if at one point, is this a 2012 pickup truck? So maybe a little mouse or something, came in here, and I don't know. Anyways, it's not important. Okay, let's go ahead and put the plate. Where's that plate at? Here it is. You really don't need to remove this. I did. Now we're gonna put the screws. All right guys, so the plate's in. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the airbag, install the airbag, and turn on the car and honk. And let's see if that takes care of that. All right, so let's see, where is it? Here's this guy. So this single one right here, this is for the horn. So gonna connect it right there. That's the horn. And this guys can only go one way. So even if you forgot where, if it's, this one goes here or here, and also they're color coded. So like if you try to put the black one, I mean this one into the black one, it won't fit. It'll fit right here if it's the right piece. Let's see if it fits. It looks the same. Oops. I gotta hold this guy. Push down. And it has to connect. There we go. It doesn't click. So there's nothing clicking. Now let's do the other one. It's a little bit hard to go down, but let's see. And the steering wheel is moving because I unlocked it. Okay, let me lock it up. There we go. Let's see. Come on down, hurry up. It looks the same. There we go. It's right in. So now we can go ahead and just push this in, align it. Everything's good? Yeah, it's good. Okay. Oh, did you hear that? It's not even in. Okay, it's gonna honk. Okay, so I gotta push it in, but it's probably gonna go off. Come on, go in. You gotta hold it here. Push. So I guess it's making a connection, so it's honking, thinking that I'm pushing it, but I'm not. Okay, hope the neighbors don't come out. You know how they are. Anyways. The good news is that the clock spring was the problem. Okay, so I gotta be able to see that this guy is going in. Right there. It looks like that right there. Come on. It's not working. Okay. Let me turn off the camera. All right, finally it went in, but it was making all that honking noise. So anyways, so I guess it's gonna have to do that in order for it to go inside, because when those pieces of metal are touching each other, that's when it makes the connection and it sends a signal. Even though the key is not in the vehicle, it's not in the ignition, it's still honking. So, but that's it. See how it works? All right, so that's the way to do it. I hope this video helps a few of you guys or a bunch of you guys. Save some money, because you can order the part on, where, Amazon or wherever you can find it. All you gotta do is do some research, put in F150 clock spring. Let's say it's a 2000, whatever year it is, your trim, and then compare pictures. Now, I haven't turned on the vehicle. Hopefully it'll also connect to this, to the on the dashboard, all this stuff. This truck doesn't have other stuff over here, but it has this, like, do you want to change it to miles or put it on kilometers, your oil, life, and other little things. So I gotta make sure it works, but it fit and everything, so it should be okay. All right, guys, if you have any comments, any questions, put it in the comment section. All right, thank you. All right, guys, so I went ahead and turned on the vehicle, the truck, and it looks good. Everything looks good. The display over there and the dashboard looks good. Yep, looking good. Alrighty.